You're listening to The Dark Mage of Rhudaur, a Middle-earth role-playing, actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms. Roll a D100 to see if you learn a spell list. You got a 30% chance.
Yeah!
Yeah!
I got
it. So you'll get one bonus channeling spell list.
Sweet. So I go over to spell list and I click add. So I didn't have spells on the other character.
That is correct.
How many spell lists does that give him starting?
He starts with just one, but then he'll get one or two every level, just like you do.
Oh, is he level? What level is he?
Level 5.
We're just starting. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
So
I didn't want to give you a level 1 healer coming into this. That would just be bad.
So would he roll 5 times, or are you just gonna go and not do that?
Yeah, he'll roll once per level if he allocates additional points to spell lists.
Oh, so he's going from the ground up. He's having to do the whole leveling process. Oh, my bad.
Well, I get 5 spell list points a level. Wow. That's
a guaranteed 1 list per level. If you transfer more into there, you have the chance of getting 2. That's what Greg's been, or not Greg, you're Greg. That's what Jacob's been doing. So he has almost all the essence lists now.
Wow.
Gotta catch them all.
Okay, now, guys, as you pay attention to the way Bryan said that, because we got to clue into this guy, because he's like, oh, I'm not going to send a level 1 in there with you. It's like, what is that supposed to mean?
I'd like to point out, the session I wasn't even here, he sent trained assassins after my character.
I know he did. We tried to protect you. I mean, I grabbed you, man. I pulled you out of the way.
I mean, good job. I mean, I'm surprised. With Bryan DMing, I'm not sure how I'm still alive.
Okay.
I'm not sure how Kevin made it this far, even.
Well, because there's no death in Tales from the Loop. When you graduate the things from the flood, then all bets are off.
Once we're in the flood, then it gets scary again.
So I select my collection spell list, and then nothing happens.
Oh, do you have the Google documents, like the root documents?
Yes, I do. That might help if I start opening all that stuff, too.
There should be a list of channeling lists.
Ooh.
There.
Okay, where's that link? Because I don't have that. I've just been going to the actual rule book.
Okay.
The 80s
I have it.
Throwback is not that great.
I have it right
Copy
here.
Link. Who gets there first? He does.
So these are going to be essence spells or channeling spells? Okay.
Ooh, I can't do channeling ones, right?
Correct.
Oh,
and you'll have access to all of the open channeling and animus lists.
Do I have access to open channeling lists?
Nope, just open essence.
Okay.
I don't know what most of these things mean.
Bloodways? Oh, wow. Nasal repair?
Oh, yeah, the animus ones are fun.
Check this channeling spell list out. The organ way.
Are you saying like a nose job?
Exactly.
I'm thinking with this party, I probably need to take the minor fracture repair.
No one's broken a bone in this game so far, right?
The night's still young.
Well, no, Mhenuk's broken everybody's bones.
We've had a lot of broken bones.
Yeah, Mhenuk had a broken arm for a little while because a wagon rolled over him.
We found the good herbs, though.
Oh, I had one. I had a cracked arm one time.
Yeah, but that was a mistake. It was supposed to be Mhenuk's cracked arm.
Yes. We gave you my damage.
Okay. Nice, thanks. I love the sharing in this group.
Now that's channeling.
Yeah, man. That's what's community called.
So the minor eye repair, would that have helped Boffin?
No, you would definitely need major eye repair for that.
Well, I'd repair his eye, just everything behind it.
And remember, when you select one of these lists, you get all 5 of the spells in that list.
Okay.
You're not selecting individual spells, but lists of spells.
Okay, that's useful. So I don't... Okay, because I'm just sitting there looking at it like this. Oh, I don't know which one to go with. And I'm just making jokes about which ones we need. I think Bloodways would probably be the best one to start with.
Yep, that's a very good one. All right, so then I will trust you to follow the rules there. Everything that you need should be in that table.
So
Bryan, what's his movement so I can put him on the list in the proper place?
20.
Okay. So maybe he goes first, then I go, or do you want me to go first and then him?
Probably a lot of the times he's going to be going first because he'll be casting spells more often.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't really matter. You're going to be moving at the same time.
Sure.
So just be careful not to get in each other's way.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to get hit with a random spell.
Oh.
And what class do I use for these?
It's going to depend on the spell.
Okay.
I think most of them are utility. You don't need to worry about that so much.
Okay. Okay, same thing with area, duration, range, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll fill those in. And actually, most of them are going to be one target and touch.
That works. So now I could help. Now I could help if we all start getting really badly hurt, like we will, because that's us. Back over here to here. So I go through the development point table 4 times or 5 times?
5 times. Level 1
times,
counts.
Okay. So I get 1 movement and maneuver.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to start with the dwarves. All right, so the assault on the Tirthon has been repulsed, and when you last saw him, the Dark Mage at the Cali was retreating into the Yfelwood, his troll bodyguard by his side. The Dunlendings and Kultirith have withdrawn a short distance, lifting the siege, but they haven't left the area. Oswy is concerned that they might renew their attack after they reorganize. A couple of the Dunish warriors had been captured and thrown in the dungeon alongside Branaby and Terabell. You may question them if you'd like.
I would like. We need some answers.
All right, so you are down in the basement in the dungeon. The Dunlendings have been thrown into the third of the cells together. Branaby and Terabell are still separated. But they can obviously hear everything that you're saying.
Those were the named NPCs?
Those are, the assassins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, from a couple sessions ago. Cool.
Grab a couple of Dunlendings to throw up there. All right, so what are you asking them?
I don't know. I feel like I need somebody to be the good cop. The good dwarf.
Okay, I cast Firewall on him.
Are we all with you?
Anybody who wants to be is down there.
You want to go down there with him, Jacob?
Oh, yeah. I'm there.
Okay. All right, we'll be with you then.
Multiple heads are better than one.
Yeah. Maybe Glock can be good cop this time.
Okay, we're over here. What are these guys' names?
You don't know their names yet.
Oh, maybe we're going to be friends.
You never know. Give it a try.
I walk in and say, there's no hard feelings about the Aragost guy. He wasn't that cool anyways.
I'm not sure what you mean about that Aragost guy. Was that one of your comrades then? Did he die?
No, he's doing fine. Aragost is doing fine.
Oh, that's good for him, I guess. I suddenly slipped into Russian a little bit there instead of...
I was wondering about that.
Oh, good.
You know how my accents go.
Hey.
Wherever I start, I always end up in Russian.
We roll with it.
And I leave Glock to his conversation. I'll turn to the other guy. You there. You're in the tower now. What do you think? Is everything you dreamed it would be?
Well, it's not snowing. That's a plus.
Is it snowing outside?
It's been snowing off and on over the last few days. You had a nice blizzard when you were on your way in, remember?
I don't.
I forgot that.
Fighting the wolves in the blizzard?
For some reason, I thought that it was... I didn't realize it was the wintertime. It makes sense, though, given everything else that has happened. I was just imagining it in summertime for some reason.
My descriptions of the weather changing and that big blizzard in which you fought wolves and you could only see them because you're infravision must have really been lacking.
I mean, that was like, I think it's probably just my memory because that was like a couple months ago now. Well, if a warm hearth is all you wanted, you may have just been able to ask. And then, who knows, maybe they would have let you near the actual hearth.
That's a good one, dwarf.
I mean, I'm not the one who came with trolls, strange winged creatures.
Well, let me tell you,
that you want here?
The trolls were a surprise to us. I'll tell you that much. We were just supposed to come up here, get some slaves, maybe a bit of coin, and then back down to Dunland with us. They didn't say nothing about evil wizards and trolls and whatever those other creatures were.
Glock, This one doesn't know anything. Are you having any better luck?
Yeah, I feel like neither of these guys really knew anything. I look back at the other one and say, like, do you have any information that would be of value that might make us want to make your time with us a little more pleasant?
Oh, you're asking us to volunteer information, are you? Well, I suppose I could tell you a little bit about the tribes. I understand Lumban was killed. He was the Machamur chieftain. With him gone, I'm not entirely sure who's going to be taken over, but they'll be in disarray for a couple of days anyway, trying to figure that out. There'll probably be some fights over it. The Seal Nial? Now, that fellow over there, he's one of them. I understand they're a bit more professional about the way they go about things. And if their chieftain is still alive, they may still cause you some trouble. They still outnumber you a good 10-1 at least.
Okay.
So, is that the kind of information you'd be after? Is it worth something to you?
I don't know. I was looking for more like, I don't know, you know.
I know. I'm afraid I don't know.
I feel like you do.
Maybe I could tell you about the Easterling. Ethicali, his name was, and that big brute with him, the troll. What's that creature's name? Ulog. Very trollish name, isn't it? So he's down from Angmar, from my understanding. The orcs up there be coming down, and he wanted to clear this tower out of the way. He seemed to be on something of a deadline.
What was this guy's name again? Who's on the deadline?
Ethicali.
Ethicali. I look over at what is your name? What is your character's name, Jacob?
Mhenuk.
Mhenuk. Okay. They both start with M.
Yep. They both start with MH, in fact, yes. And end with a K.
And we didn't even plan that.
Which is why one of them wound up with a broken arm transferred to the other.
I look over at him and silently go, is that the wizard? Oh, wait, is that the wizard's name?
And I nod.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, at least he's gone.
Oh, I wouldn't count on him being too far gone. He seemed to be pretty intent on taking this tower down. He may have other schemes going on.
Oh, okay.
And he's got a lair somewhere around here. He didn't spend very much time in our camp, in the war camp. He was in and out. He came by about once every 4 or 5 days. I don't know where he spent most of his time, though.
A lair, you say?
A lair, I say, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Glock. Remember this Ethicali fellow. Seems to have something against you in particular. I don't remember if we had learned from the assassins where they had met him, but they're still here. They may know something. I don't know how to convince them, though. They seem a little less stupid.
Wait, are these not the assassins?
Oh, okay. No, these are captured Dunlandings.
Oh, that explains a lot. Quite a lot.
The assassins are down there in the other two cells, Terabell and Branaby.
When I got hit with that sling, it's kind of knocked a little concussion.
Wait, are you saying you've wanted to talk to the assassins the whole time?
Yeah,
just down the corridor, and I push you down.
Yeah, I'd rather go talk to those guys.
Talk to you lads later. The other guy says,
"Who was who?
Would you shut your trap, you Machamur idiot?"
These are those two security guards from Tales from the Loop. Okay.
Yes, they've got the same accent, don't they?
It was Terabell's had the sling, right?
Yes,
and
she's a hobbit.
Did Branaby have the spear? Or was he the
Branaby
sword
was
sword, right?
Yeah, sword and that big bow that Mhutvak took.
Oh yeah, can we?
Oh, actually, he had the Morning Star, so all of his equipment went to Mhutvak.
Can we either flash back or take a break and Glock have you figure out what the equipment is before we talk to these guys?
Sure, we could do that.
Because they had some weird equipment on them.
So
I think we still have the ring, right, and the spear to identify.
Right, yeah, that spear. Else. There were 2 rings and an amulet. Oh, I don't remember. I don't think that you'd assigned the rings and the amulet to anybody.
We didn't.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing you remember what we had.
You have the spearhead.
Yep. I have that one.
I took the Morning Star, the heavy bow, and the rigid leather with the dwarven runes. That's all I have.
Right.
Yep. And I think we stowed the jewelry.
Yes.
Well, you
So
all think
then,
about that.
what was that, Greg?
I was going to say, I'm laughing at, like, my notoriously bad rolls have a benefit. So many spell lists.
You've been rolling low on all those?
One of them has been above a 30.
Are you spending the extra? How many extra points are you spending?
I think I had to put. I have 5 points for spell list, so that's one
Right.
spell list, and then I roll for a 30% chance, right? For a second
No.
one?
Only you only get the chance at the second one if you put more development points into spell lists.
Oh.
The 30%
okay.
chance was just for I learned a spell list while I was growing up in Rivendell. Because
Okay.
I'm an elf, and elves are magic.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, I'm not putting anything extra there then, so I'm just getting those 5. Okay,
So then
that's
you're just
fine.
going
Then
to get
either
the
way.
5.
Okay, that's fine. I still have one more to pick then.
Ready? Let's see. So then we were looking at gear. So Mhenuk and Mhutvak scatter a lot of stuff out in front of you. Did anybody take that greatsword with
No.
the dwarven runes on it?
I don't think so.
Did Aragost end up taking it?
He might have.
I
You know
thought
what?
He did.
He did.
Yeah, I think so. Let me check.
He did. I don't know where it ended up in the battle, though.
Well, in any case, you've got a great sword. It's sized slightly small because it was being used by a dwarf or an umli. The handle is carved whalebone. Scabbard is decorated with whalebone. And it's got these dwarven runes etched in it, but you don't recognize the language. If you would like, you may make a read runes roll to attempt to identify that.
Ooh, yeah, I'm going to do that. First off, do I need to roll perception to see if I detect like an explosion or something?
No, if you wanted to cast some detection magic on it, you could.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm going to just do a base roll rune.
108 on reading runes and using items. It's something about it seems familiar. If you spend a day thinking about it and meditate, you might be able to try again with a bonus. What you can tell is that it does have an enchantment of some kind on it. You get a real sense of holiness, like this is a blessed weapon of some kind.
Oh.
Next on the list is Mhutvak's new armor, which has very similar runes on it. If you want to try read runes on that, you can see if you can identify it again.
Okay, yeah, I do not have a reading, any sort of spell for detection and stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm doing that.
I thought there was something like in that spellways list. I didn't read it real carefully.
It's the one you originally took Essence Ways that has it.
Oh,
I
is
need
that
the stuff that lets me cancel
I got
stuff. Because I want to be alive.
All right. I guess I thought they were both the same list, apparently.
I can't cast Firewall on it, though.
Mhutvak might not enjoy that because he's wearing it.
Yeah, eyes up here, buddy. Eyes up here.
All right, a 62. No, you don't really have any idea what that's all about. You do get that same sense of hallowed object from it, though, when you touch it.
Okay. I'm getting this vibe that it's not evil, that it's good, guys. So I think we're safe to use it with extreme prejudice.
The Morning Star is not magical at all. You sense nothing from it. What did you do with Aragost's new armor? Did you bury it with them?
Mm-mm. I mean, maybe.
No.
It wouldn't fit us, though, would it? It's for human.
No, it does not. It's size for a human size person.
Be good for some coin, dude.
All right, so a use items roll on that might tell you something.
Who's got the best one of that? Is that still me?
Yep. You're the only one who's really able to do much of this stuff.
All right. And so far, I failed every one.
Go. Do it, man.
77.
A 77. You've got an intuitive sense that this is it is elven make and it is enchanted. Based on what you've been told about it already, that it doesn't seem to sink in water. You think that it might give somebody some extra mobility.
Oh. So metal armor that doesn't
Sure wish
seem...
to have given Aragost a little extra movement.
Well, he was wearing it when he died.
Yeah, like dodging, parrying. I'm just kidding.
The
Staying
fancy
alive.
black bow is also not magical. All of its benefits are just due to its materials.
Rad look. I remember that.
There's a wooden amulet in the shape of a boar. Use items roll to examine that.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
There you go.
It is a +1 spell adder for channeling.
Nice. Ask and you shall receive.
Wait. That's one +1?
+1 spell adder for channeling.
Oh, not for me.
Right, but Mhutvak is a channeling spell user.
Wait, Mhutvak has...
I am?
Yep,
Since when?
since always. He's a ranger. They get spells.
Okay.
Let's see.
Does he
Never been much for necklaces, but I guess I'll add it.
Does he
Then you
actually have
got-
some... Do you have a spell list?
Me?
Yeah,
John?
do you?
Yeah, I have a small one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think
let's definitely
path
use it.
lore or something like that.
Yeah, Path Lore. Yep.
I'm disappointed it's not me.
Path Mastery.
All right, next in line is that spear. Did you take it off of the haft, Jacob?
Yes.
All right, so it's just a spear head. It's made of some kind of a resin.
Yep.
And it's got a sense to it that it's strong in the essence, but it doesn't feel like it's particularly enchanted. If it has any kind of benefits, it's probably inherent in the materials. See, and then we've got the Hobbit sling, which killed you almost. Make a, let's see, is that enchanted? Yes. Make a use items roll on that.
Oh,
Dang.
Whoa.
It's
Do you
plus
know-
15.
is that a lot?
It's the equivalent in D&D of +3, if you're more familiar with those.
Oh, I'm
So,
not
yeah, it's-
that much more familiar, but yes.
It's
nice.
a pretty substantial bonus, and it's purely from enchantment. This is a magical sling. He doesn't look like much. It looks like an ordinary sling.
Oh, okay. That is nice. Does anybody want this?
I could use it. I have my current OB and missile is 20. I don't know if anybody's better, although I already have a +5. That's for my short bow.
Mhutvak's got that monstrous black bow, so
Yeah,
he's set
good.
for missile weapons.
I would say, yeah, either Mhenuk or Glock could use it.
But yeah, that would take me up to 30 in missile, so I could
Sweet.
use it, or anybody else who has a better
That
setup
would take
for it.
Glock up to -15.
I still have my net. We're okay.
Cool. So what is it? It's just a +15 sling?
Yep. And then there's a simple silver ring, which would require another use items roll.
Ooh, okay. Have I leveled up yet from using my use item roll for the first time?
That will not happen until the beginning of the next session, but probably.
Oh, 116. So
That's a success.
Sweet.
All right, so this is a +2 channeling spell adder.
channeling. Man, why are you stinking channelers?
Because I didn't want to throw a mage at the group in close quarters.
Oh, well, okay. God point. We wouldn't be looting this body if we were all dead.
Right.
Okay, nice. Well, let's pick this up in case we ever run into another channeling friend. I'm sure that'll never happen.
All right. Greg, are you done with your character generation?
I think I don't remember. I roll 1d100 for each little check mark in body development, right?
1d10.
1d10. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and your background points, background options?
Yeah. Yeah, that
You
too. I have that
have-
pulled up.
Let me see how many of those you get, because you get fewer than most people because elf. You don't need as many reasons to go adventuring. Ascend to elf gets 3, which is still more than I expected.
Jacob H., what did you give me earlier again? What was it again that was going to help my channeling?
It was a spell adder.
Not the ring, it's that other thing.
It's an amulet, a wooden
That's
amulet
it, the
carved in
wood
the shape
amulet.
of a boar.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, and what this does is let you do any of your spells for basically for free. You use the adder, so there's no cost. Very handy.
Thank you.
So then back to Terabell
wow.
and Branaby. Who do you want to talk to?
Well, is this your first time confronting your would-be assassins, Glock?
Oh, this is. I've been, a little busy.
Who do you want to talk to? They were defending Terabel, so she may be the brains of the operation.
She was the one with the sling who hit you in the throat.
Okay, that's a sore spot. Glad I don't remember it due to a concussion. Yeah, let's talk to her first.
All right. So she is a hobbit.
Oh, that explains the name.
And you come up to the gate, and she just kind of gives you a sardonic look, twist in her lips. She says, "Huh. So you survived, did you?"
No.
No? You're awfully spry for a dead man. That makes her smile.
I kind of mildly smile good-naturedly. Actually, I don't smile. Go, yeah, it's things happen.
Yes, I suppose they do. Sometimes things happen to you. Sometimes things happen to me. Looks like you've been on the good side of that at the moment, though.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens when you're on the good side of good.
Good, bad, whoever pays the most, really.
Okay, how much are they paying?
Oh, well, we got 20 apiece to come in here and try and kill you. Of course, you have that now.
Ha! It pays to not be dead.
And your employer slunk off into the woods. What do you think about that?
Oh, did he now? Well, I'll tell you what. I could tell you a little bit of something about those woods in exchange for, say, letting me out of this cage.
I want to cast Charm Person on her. I want to step out of the room, charge it up, then come back.
Okay.
Partially too because I've never done it, so I'm curious.
Right. So let me look that spell up.
For Charm
Spirit
Kind,
ways, right?
That's it.
Spirit Mastery. Believes the caster is a good friend. Okay.
I've been using it on a Mhutvak this whole time. I actually stole a bunch of his money and foreclosed his house.
So make a base spells attack roll.
Okay, and I get a plus, right? Because I just kind of awkwardly walked out of the room and charged it all as much up as I possibly can.
All right.
Oh, well, good. That wasn't your roll.
That's just me.
So for preparing for 2 minutes, you get a plus 20.
Is that as much as I can do?
Yep.
Okay. Here goes. Will they know if I'm trying? Is this something someone's trying to cast on you?
No.
I do it from as far away as I can, just so it's more mysterious.
Across the hall, so 3 feet.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Guys. I have no idea if that's good or bad.
And she's been divested of her armor, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well,
I'd say that's pretty good.
I mean, it's not. How does that work on the base spells attack table?
What was the actual roll?
Oh, the actual roll.
61. So yeah, it's 96 is the maximum result.
Oh, gotcha. Unless it's unmodified. Yeah.
Right.
So that's a negative 55 versus no armor.
Okay, minus 55. But she is a hobbit, so she gets a bonus of 60 to her resistance roll, which didn't really do much for her. Let's see, target level is 3, attack level is 5. She needed a 40 or better. So the spell worked.
All right. Come back in.
She's smiling a little bit more warmly at you.
Okay, how long does this last? An hour?
Duration on Charm Kind is 1 hour per level.
Oh.
So 5 hours.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we're going to play some Monopoly afterwards. Dwarfopoly. Okay. So I just go yeah, I don't blame you for trying to kill me. I would have done for 20 gold myself.
Well, to be perfectly honest, we should have charged more. You were quite a bit tougher than we expected.
I know. It's as my old dwarven buddy Gold Stub said, I don't remember what it was, but so you remember that story I told you.
I've only known you for a few minutes.
Okay.
The spell doesn't alter her memories. It just makes her regard you as a friend.
Okay. Sorry, I forget that's an in-joke I normally tell all my friends. Just forgot to tell it to you. So, what can you tell me about this wizard dude? Yeah, what's his name?
Ethicali? He's bad news. He found us up in Cameth Bryn looking for mercenaries, someone to do some dirty jobs for him. And, well, it's not usually my thing, but the money was good, and it didn't sound like it was going to be too terribly difficult. So I took the job. Some other fellows that I knew, Branaby across the hall over there. And then he brought us down to this camp in the woods. It was a terrible place. All the trees were dead. It looked like they dammed up a river. There was silt and mud everywhere. And I just got a horrible feeling in there. Not a good place at all. We never went inside. There was some kind of a cave there. We stayed outside. There was some orcs and trolls, unpleasant fellows, although they spent a lot more of their time fighting with one another than they did paying any attention to us. And we were there for 2 or 3 days, I suppose, before Ethicali brought us to the Dunlending war camp, where we stayed until he was ready to make use of us.
Oh, okay. Would you be able to, like, draw us a rough map of where this place is?
I could give you a general idea. It was up in the northeastern part of the Yfelwood. It was a bit of a twisty and turny route to get there. I remember about halfway there we crossed this deep ravine, and the wizard had to use his magic to fly us across.
Ooh, he can fly. Okay, I can fly too. I just choose not to.
There were some hills there. The vale was to the south of the hills, and there was a small river. It might have been the same river as flowed through that gorge. I'm not sure. We didn't follow the water the entire way.
I'm gonna say, does anybody else want to gather information from this assassin while we're BFFs? I think we've got it all. If you could just, leave the area and not try to kill me again, that'd be great.
Oh, well, as long as nobody's killing me to do it, I don't see any reason why I should try to kill you.
Okay. Actually, how much would you charge to go and kill the wizard dude?
I am not messing with that man.
Okay. What about, like, other small-time government officials?
Did you have anyone in particular in mind?
No. Yeah, never mind.
So,
well, okay. So did we start at Bree, right?
You started originally in the Blue Mountains. The place that you were at most recently prior to coming to the Tirthon was Thuan Boyd over there.
I asked what the price for taking off the head guy there would be. Just curiosity.
The Volseg? Well, I suppose if it could be done, 70, 80 gold pieces.
Okay. I guess that's fair. I mean, it's a pretty involved process. How much gold do I have?
You to put me on a timetable or anything doing that kind of thing.
Gotcha, yeah. It's like delayed. Maybe you become his cook. Over time, feed him unhealthy food for about 20 years, and he dies a couple years early. It's like, okay. No, I'll pass this time. I'll call you if I ever need it. But yeah, if you could just leave the area, that'd be great. Just get out of town, and I hand her. Oh wait, where did we already split up the gold?
I have added the gold that you got from the assassins already. I have not redistributed Aragost's wealth.
I hand her like 5 gold and tell her, just for the road.
All right.
Very generous to the people you mind control.
Well, they're going to snap out of it, so they got to have proof that we're not jerks. She might come in handy later.
Right.
Like Denver.
From across the hall, you hear Branaby say, "Now wait a minute, you're letting her go? What about me?"
Is he a human?
Yes.
Okay. Don't have anything witty to say back. We're friends.
I could be your friend. I'm a very friendly person. Look at me smiling. See how friendly I am?
Maybe you could be a Mhutvak's friend. He needs a couple.
Well, if Mhutvak's such a good friend, maybe he could give back my bow. It's a family heirloom, you see. I really hate to lose it.
What a sad story.
Well, then let me out of the dungeon, maybe? I promise I'll go back to Bree. You'll never hear from me again.
We'll take that under advisement, okay?
I promise you I'm far more trustworthy than Terabell.
I mean, you're growing on me, but did they actually kill anyone in this process?
Yes. They killed one of the Wiali. They kind of killed the cook, although that's really more of a suicide.
So wait, who did they kill?
They killed one of the peasants.
On purpose?
Yep.
Yes.
He was sounding the alarm. So
with his family heirloom bow, in fact.
And trying to kill you.
Yeah, trying but not succeeding. Like, if they hadn't killed that peasant, they literally would have not committed a crime. We could let him go. Okay, well, we'll probably keep him. Who actually killed the peasant?
You have no idea.
But
he was hit with an arrow, though, right?
Bow, right?
It was definitely hit with an arrow, but it might have been this guy, or it might have been... Oh, actually, no, he's the only one with a bow, so yeah, it was probably him.
Oh, so we can let Terabella go, because she didn't commit any crimes, but we got to keep him. I cast sleep on him, so he stops talking.
Okay. He goes to sleep then. Meanwhile, in Rivendell, the wise are holding council. Let's see, who have we got here? You are Aradion. Aradion?
That's what I don't know.
Aradion.
I don't know what languages I speak yet, so I don't know how it should be pronounced.
Glorfindel calls Aradion into the hall. Mithrandir bears tidings from the north. The Witch King musters for war once again. He nods toward an old man wrapped in a tattered gray cloak, his wide-brimmed hat wreathed in pipe smoke. Indeed, but while orcs and men gather in Angmar, their master has bestirred darker forces still. I understand you're familiar with Engladil to the west, which the locals call the Angle?
Oh, yes.
Good. As I came down from Cameth Bryn to the East Road, the watchtower standing there, I don't know its name, was under siege. As I watched the battle begin, I spied a creature such as I have never seen. It appeared to be a man, flying upon the wings of a crow. I sensed a great wickedness in it, of a kind not known to mortals. Lord Elrond leans forward into the light. I have seen such things, Mithrandir, as have many of the eldest here. It is one of the elf-banes of old, a blood wight. This is a threat that must be answered, but we dare not charge in blindly. Indeed, that is why I asked for someone who had traveled there recently. The White Council requires knowledge, young Aradion. With Lord Elrond's leave, I would send you to the Angle. Learn about this blood wight, where it came from, and where it lairs. Will you do this?
Of course.
Good. Have you any questions?
Yes. Just where I could provision for this journey.
Elrond says, well, you have access to everything in our halls. The usual food, provisions, whatever you need. I do recommend that you take a few doses of Athelas. I know that you are not particularly skilled with its use, not being Dunedain, but there are members of the Edain in that area. And with blood wights about, you might need the extra ability to heal.
Sounds quite wise.
So you may add 3 doses of Athelas to your character sheet and call it about 40 gold pieces worth of equipment. And like before, you can spend that as needed.
And how many language ranks do I have total?
Besides the ones from your leveling up, which I trust you kept track of, 8.
So 18 total. Gotcha.
And then you get some of them for free. Anything on that list that's in italics, you already know. Oh, no, wait. In italics is your native language. Anything that says Senda elves, you already know at the rank given.
Okay. So I speak my own language at 5 automatically. That's good.
Yeah, so it looks like Kenya, Sindarin, Sylvan, and Westron. You already know. And again, we can figure out what equipment you're carrying it as you need it. So if you're like, oh, if only I had a crowbar, like, oh, deduct a couple silver pieces and you have a crowbar. That sort of thing.
Yeah. I figured just armored weapon to start out.
Yeah. You get 2 weapons and whatever armor that you wear most of the time. You cannot cast through metal armor, though. So you're restricted to leather. Unless you want to take off your armor every time you cast a spell.
And I didn't take anything above rigid leather anyway.
I should have mentioned that before you started your development points.
Oh, it's fine. I figured that on my own.
So then, if you have no more questions, then we will fast forward to your arrival at the Tirthon.
That sounds fantastic.
Okay. So after a few days' journey, you've got the Yfelwood on your right. You're coming down the east road. Over the past few days, you've passed a number of hillmen, a few Dunlandings going here and about. They look like they're probably raiding parties of some kind. And you very easily managed to stay out of sight with your elven abilities. Although going up to the north end of Yfelwood always makes you nervous, so you've been mostly staying to the south, that other bit of woods there. And eventually you arrive at the Tirthon. You can see that there are a number of men, maybe 100, 120, encamped nearby. They haven't spotted you yet, but you think that if you try to approach the tower, that there's not much way you'd be able to get all the way up there without being seen by them. There's the ruins of what looks like it was probably an inn nearby, and you smell the stench of orcs there.
Well, let's stay away from that way then. Nothing good comes of orcs.
Let's stick you down here in the ease of the woods.
Okay, over there. I see myself now. And the hundreds of men were which direction?
They're scattered around, mostly on the other side of the stream, but they're all around this ridgeline.
So probably want to stay more in the trees then, to kind of make a way up around this way. Gets me closer to the Orc Stench Inn, but...
All right. Give me a stock roll, please.
No modifier?
Nope. I will apply that in my head. 70 is not bad enough to fail, so you managed to make it past the inn without being spotted. Peering that direction, you can see that there's a large amount of burned timber in there, but it looks like they have started to try and salvage that, and they're starting to build something in there. All right. As you start approaching to the north, you see up in the trees ahead of you, there's either a warg or a large wolf.
Oh, that does not look good. All the hundreds of people are more down towards the bottom, not congregating as much closer to the tower.
Yeah. Right. It looks like they've got some encampments set up there, and they've dug some trenches at the bottom of that ridge, probably to repel horsemen, which obviously you as a player know.
Yes. Yes. Coming out up here would put me almost 300 feet away. Yeah, stay out of the deepest, darkest parts of the tree line. And that still puts me a few hundred feet away, so if they do start trying to come after me, I should be out of most bow range and be able to make my way up, following close to the line.
Okay, so
if the wolf warg comes out, I can head out closer to the field. If not, I can stay not necessarily hidden, but enough that I can go either way if I need to.
Okay, make another stock roll to see if you can slip by the warg without being spotted.
Maybe, hopefully.
92 versus his wargs have no stats here. Okay, so I will just make a roll against your roll and we'll see what happens. Whoever wins. He does. All right, the warg has spotted you and is charging through the trees.
Oh, and I can probably see that he spotted me.
Yep. What's your movement rate?
I think my movement rate is 75.
All right. So you may have to fight him.
Yay.
So are you going to try and run or turn and fight?
I will run as far as I can and fight once I have to. So yeah, somebody was measuring for me. Yeah, I can make it to about here-ish.
Measure from the center of your token. All right,
yeah,
so first turn, you make your move. So he's not going to quite catch you, but he definitely will next turn.
If he's catching up on me, movement phase last. Let me look at my spells. I don't think I have... Ooh. How do I know what my spells do? I didn't see that anywhere.
Which one are you interested in?
I am thinking air wall or water wall might be good to throw up between me and him.
Those probably would both be good options. Let's see.
Those are some of my only offensive skills.
See, air wall movement requires a maneuver roll, and attacks through it are modified by -50. And it lasts for a minute per level, or as long as you concentrate, whichever is longer. That probably wouldn't take more than a turn for him to get through it, though. Water wall requires an even tougher maneuver roll to get through, and attacks through it are modified by -80. And again, it'll last as long as you concentrate.
Water wall sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, how do PowerPoints and things like that work?
It costs 1 power point per level of the spell, so it'll subtract 5.
Okay.
And our ward must make a maneuver roll. +55, -80. No, -40.
So I just cast Water Wall, and the very first spell list I took was Bloodways. Am I a Bloodbender now?
No. All right, so then moving maneuver table result of 66 means the warg sails right through the wall and you get wet.
Great.
All right, so he's going to attack you this turn.
Yeah.
He's coming in for a bite.
Yep.
Meanwhile, up in the tower, you dwarves are starting to hear some commotion from the soldiers saying that there's something happening outside. Looks like there's an elf down there.
An elf? What? Why does everybody care about this tower so much? Why can't they just leave us alone? Ugh, whatever. Can we see what's happening?
You happen to be up on
the windows.
Yeah, up close enough to the 4th floor that you can peek out, and you'd see indeed there is what looks to be an elf down there being chased by a large dog.
Are any of the Dunlanders between us and that direction?
No. And from best you can tell, they don't seem to be paying attention to that direction.
Okay. I want to cautiously-ish head out then.
Okay.
I don't like wolves.
Anybody else join in? I think John's falling asleep.
Yep, sorry.
Do you want to go out and attempt to rescue this elf?
Yes, definitely. Let's do it.
If you're going, I'm going too.
Yep. I think it's going to take all three of us. Let's not go alone.
I don't know. I can slay some wolves if I'm lucky.
Break their hips.
That's my movement.
All right. So
only 35 feet around? Where did all my movement go?
Well, that's way better than the 15 that you had before, right?
That's true. I thought it was up to 70 at one point. Is that when I have no armor? No, 60 is when I have no armor.
Right.
I'm going to cheat you guys a little closer here, so we'll say that this is actually happening closer to the walls, or what used to be the walls.
We won't make him run away from the wolf for like half a mile.
Yeah, I forgot to account for exactly how big this map is.
Okay.
So then, what's our initiative order? Who's slowest?
Okay, so hold on. And
Pretty sure I'm still slowest, but we'll see.
yes, slowest will be Mhenuk, and then Glock, and then me, and then Aradion.
So Mhenuk, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move 35 feet. Because what's the max range on slings?
Good question. Weapon statistics table. Your base range is...
Base range is 50.
Okay, so then the max range is 200 feet.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to take a couple turns at least. All right, yeah. Just going to move towards the corner.
Okay, moving. Okay.
All right, who's next?
All right, that would be Glock.
What are you planning to do?
I'm going to charge up sleep.
Okay, preparing the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Spell, okay.
Then Mhutvak.
I could prep my bow to try to put an arrow between those pretty little eyes of that wolf.
Right, so base range of 120 feet.
So I'll probably have to move, I think, once to get in range. Oh, well, maybe twice.
That'll put you in long range, or max range, -75 defensive bonus. But you can shoot that far.
All right, I'm going to prep my bow.
All right. And then Aradion, what are you doing?
Well, this is up close and personal, so I will have to slash at him.
Okay.
Because he's too close to shoot.
Well, I will give you the benefit of, let's see, Missile Fire goes first. Well, spells, but he's prepping. Then Missile Fire. Nobody's actually shooting yet.
No.
So then melee, and I'll give you the benefit of swinging first. Maybe you can injure it.
Modifier, and I'm using a scimitar.
All right.
That's a one-handed slashing, right?
Yep.
Yes, and it's got some special features to it too, I think.
Yeah, I remember there was a reason I went broadsword over scimitar last time, and I don't remember what it was.
It's a +5 to non-metal armor, so
that does that apply here against no armor?
Yep.
It's not metal.
So the total defensive bonus that you're working against is -50.
Ooh,
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, something went wrong there because your offensive bonus is. Did you not take any ranks in
I should.
one-handed edged?
I should have 2 ranks in it.
Yeah, I thought so because you got those for being an elf. Oh, because we don't have your hit points filled in. That's why.
Oh.
How
My
many
hit
do you
points
get?
filled in.
53.
I have hit. Oh, yeah.
There we go. It takes that -20 off of it. All right, so then give that another roll, and we'll see if you get a better result. Because even with that,
-50 again.
right? At least it's positive this time, but I'm pretty sure
That
that's not a
is
hit.
a miss.
All right, and your defensive bonus is what?
I think it's a 20.
20. I presume you're not carrying a shield.
No.
Okay.
It's just soft leather armor.
All right, so we have an 80 on a large bite attack against soft leather.
Bite versus soft leather, 80, 7 hits, and a T critical. So no secondary crit.
T as in Tom.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is -50, so
and then
it's going to be no extra damage.
Well, no, it's actually just in glancing blow to the side, 3 hits. So
Really?
10 hits
At a
total.
6?
Yep. 6 to 20, glancing blow to side.
Calling me surprised. All right. So then next turn.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I
You
guess
do
I need
that.
to actually move
Oh,
my
yeah.
token too.
Do the moving.
Yep. Also, I was
Those two
just
are moving.
looking at my token and trying to figure out, because what did we end up with for, because I'm wearing leg grooves, but I don't have it checked.
Right. I took the check off because of the character sheet didn't account for the enhancement bonus.
Okay, gotcha.
So the enhancement bonus cancels out the -5, but I didn't want that affecting all of your movement maneuver rolls.
Okay.
So when
Cool.
we get a
And,
result that says if wearing leg greaves, then you are.
Okay. But the thing is, I have the modifier in the moving maneuver column.
Yeah, but that
the sheet.
doesn't. That'll affect it when you're actually making a moving maneuver roll.
I
But
see.
that checkbox affects your movement rate, and I didn't want it
I see.
reducing your movement. There was no
Gotcha.
no way to get a bonus in your movement rate.
I see. Yep. And we just have to remember that.
Let's assume Mhutvak moved down there with you.
Yes.
All right. So are you in range yet? Do you want to try and sling at it?
not
325?
quite.
Nope.
So yeah, I'm just going to move down the hill.
All right. What about Glock? Still preparing your spell?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that.
All right. And Mhutvak.
So this one you said would be long range for me or at my max if I
It's-
tried to shoot.
Yep. It'll be -75, but you can shoot that far.
I'm gonna move with Mhenuk.
Okay. And let's assume that this battle is kind of a running battle and they've moved a little closer. Just because
Yeah.
otherwise
I
he might be
appreciate that,
dead
too.
before you guys get there.
This way, Aragon. This way.
I feel like we're playing with minis on a table and just
I
kind of
magically know
nudging
your
them
name.
closely together.
It just came to me.
All right.
They sent a raven ahead.
The warg is going to try a claw attack this time. What is
I'm going
Aradion
to keep
gonna
a
do?
swinging.
Okay. So then missile fire. Nobody's doing that. So make your swing. Roll high.
I'll hope.
I know it's against your nature.
Oh,
Well, that was higher
It's
than last
higher.
time.
he's getting better at fighting, but he's still so bad at fighting.
Oh,
Ooh,
Ow. Well,
Oh,
at least it's
ow.
only a medium attack.
yep. Medium. All right. So that then is against soft leather. That's 17 hits and a C critical.
Hey, Glock, are you keeping track of the hits?
Oh, no. Now I am.
He's taken 10 so far. The wolf hasn't taken anything. And he just took 17 more. So 27 total.
Okay, 27 total. What size crit?
Greg, what are you doing?
This one was a C. Last round was a T.
I was letting a cat out of my room. C for cat.
Yep. And then this round, you will also take a blow to the upper leg. So 5 more hits. And if you're not wearing leg armor, 3 hits and 2 hits per round. And then...
So how many total hits this round?
So are you wearing leg armor?
Nope.
Okay. 25 and 2 per round. But then you also have the puncture critical secondary, which is going to be... It goes 2 clicks down, right?
Right. So it'll be an A.
Yeah. So then that one is a thigh strike. So 3 more hits and 3 hits per round. So the hits per round add?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So 28 hits and 5 hits per round.
Man, this warg has like scored the was it Kmart Blue Light Special, dude? I mean, it's, wow.
So 28 plus 10, so 38 so far. Okay.
Yep.
Are we within 100 feet?
No.
Not yet, I don't think. Let's see. We'll make this still a running battle, so
Now we've moved closer, right?
yes, so go ahead and move to your maximum movement.
Which now we're getting closer. You can just zoom in now.
That is true. Our teeny tokens.
35, right?
Yep.
Puts Mhenuk about there.
Cool. Yep.
Let's move to the center of your token there. Just nudge a little closer. And Mhutvak, were you running or are you shooting?
I moved with Mhenuk, so I will be shooting, I think, in this round because I should be closer.
Yeah, and your movement rate is a lot more than his.
Okay.
So you would actually be able to get all the way out to there-ish.
Okay. So right about there.
Yeah.
Okay.
50, so like right here?
Yeah, if you split the difference between the two of them, that would be about right. And so Glock is now 235 feet away still. 209 is what on your longbow?
Jacob M., you did move in this. Did you declare a movement for this one?
Not yet, but I'm just going to keep moving in the same direction.
I got you. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're now at long range, which is minus 50, Mhutvak. So if you wanted to shoot now, that would be your... I recommend it because otherwise he might not survive.
Yeah, that's... Go ahead. Sorry.
Can I run, or is 35 my max?
Yeah, if you run, if you make a moving maneuver roll, then you can extend how far you're running.
Yeah, I'll do a moving maneuver roll this round then instead.
Okay.
I want to do that too.
As he gets clawed.
So Mhenuk and Glock are both running. Mhutvak is shooting. What is Aradion doing?
Hopefully getting better than a 26.
Okay. And the warg is going to bite again.
Yeah.
You don't run faster than a wolf? Kind of how far
Apparently not.
Now, the wolves have 100 feet, don't they?
110 for a warg.
Oh, wow.
All right, so Mhutvak, you're shooting a bow, so you get to go first.
Hey, all right.
Let's go.
Shoots. All right, and hopefully he's cool.
Minus 100 with the... Well, actually, it doesn't know that you're shooting at it yet. So what's the...
Surprise?
The surprise bonus.
Plus 20.
Okay, so minus 85.
Okay, let's see. Missile. Let's hope this works. Whoops. Nope.
All right. Aradion, swing at the wolf.
Nice!
There we go.
That's more like it.
That's a way to do it.
That's an E critical and 21 hits on the warg. Does the scimitar... I feel like we fought someone with a scimitar. Do they get 2... Is there a secondary critical on scimitars?
I don't believe so, but let me double check it.
Okay. And what level is the warg?
Level 5. Scimitar.
21 hit. E critical.
Nope, just the slash.
Okay. So then that critical is knocked out for 6 hours with a strike to the side of the head, plus 15 hits. If no helm, dies instantly.
Nice.
The wolf is not wearing a helmet. Wow, you're really good with the decapitations here.
I have 9
You were
hit
just
points
toying
left
with us
now.
in the beginning, weren't you? You were just toying with us.
He was getting the range on his sword.
9 left. I had 2 rounds before I would just drop. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to start healing myself now.
Yep.
You think?
All right. So you guys run down the hill and get this elf patched up, tearing jackets and putting bandages on him.
Cut repair 1, I'm guessing, will hopefully repair all my cuts.
If you cast it twice.
And which I can do, because it's level 2, so that's 4 power points, right?
Right.
Which leaves me with 1.
Now somebody you could talk somebody into giving you a magic ring and you cast 2 more spells.
Huh, that might be useful. But I'm also going to say heal 10. I think heals 10 points automatically, right?
Let's see. Which list is that on?
It's under surface ways.
Is that
It's
an
level
open
1. It just
challenge?
says heal 10.
Heals 1 so you roll a d10 for how many it hits.
Okay. Yes, I was correct.
There you
Yes,
go.
it heals 10.
I'm no longer bleeding out, and I feel slightly better.
See, regeneration reduces your damage by 1 hit per round that you concentrate, and you can concentrate on it indefinitely. If you had
Nope, I am fresh out of power points
enough
after
power
one
points,
battle.
yeah. So then make sure you write down the levels of those spells you just cast too for your experience.
Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot about that. That's a good point. I have spell experience now because I just cast a bunch of them. Okay, so that's a 5th level spell there. The other one was
2 levels and a 1 first level.
yeah, I just don't remember what they're called. It was cut repair 1.
You don't have to write down the actual names, just the levels.
Oh, okay. So what level's charm? Because that's the other spell I put in there.
Oh, the charm kind I think is level 2.
Level 2. Okay.
Let me check that.
Cool.
I think it's...
Yeah, if you don't know the level of the spell and you want to just put it in, that's fine. But I just since you know what level they were.
Yeah, I know my spell levels because it's on my list.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so these 3 dwarves come running down the hill at you.
As I'm breathing heavily, patching myself up. Oh, there were some survivors in the tower. Good.
Oh, more than survivors. But what are you doing here traveling alone? We are still technically under siege, I think.
They seem rather fortified down past the ridge. All the lovely people down there.
Yes. Do we have what's our common language?
Westron.
Okay, cool. Because I speak... Oh, you're Sindarin, right? Not Sylvan.
He speaks Sylvan also, though.
Cool. Because I'm fluent.
I speak Sindarin too.
I only have a passing familiarity with it. Yay, languages. Did some message leave the tower that we didn't know about? Are you bringing aid?
One of my kind saw the whites that attacked a few nights ago.
Whites. Is that what those were? One
Yes.
touched me. I can
Since you
still...
evidently didn't pick up from the description, that was Gandalf you were talking to.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, he's this crazy wizard dude. You don't
Weird
wanna know
old
him.
man. Yeah. Gray hair.
I'm sure he'll never show back
Pointy
up again.
hat. Haven't
you
seen
don't
him for
wanna
6
know him.
months.
He's clean
Yep.
shaven at this point.
Young, hot Gandalf. I don't think that's how... What was his... What
No.
kind of being is he?
He's Istari.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because they kind of start out as old.
Yeah,
Right.
they were old when they entered Middle Earth. Well, they appeared as old men when they entered Middle
Yep.
Earth. They were actually way, way older than that since...
The beginning of
Well,
time.
laddie, I never met a pointy-eared, fair person like yourself that I didn't like, but you sure be good with that sickle you have there.
Yep, that's
Do
a
you believe
homely
it was
elf,
the
all
first
right?
time? Huh?
That's a homely elf, all right?
Oh, no, that's young Ian McKellen.
Oh.
Yep, sure is.
It was young Gandalf, so young Ian McKellen. Would you believe it was the first time I ever swung it was today?
Might not be believing it, but you sure did swing it well.
I turn to Glock and nod.
So you actually had a direct run-in with the white.
I did, and I still feel the chill where they were able to strike me. Fortunately, they didn't knock me off the tower, as they did to one of the other defenders, but what do your people know of fixing that chill? I'm eager to do it, but there'll be time enough for that once we get back to safety.
The wizard who sent me did not tell me too much, but they are not good, as you could guess.
So I assume you'll be staying the night?
We shouldn't stay much more than the night, but yes. I need to rest up a little bit now.
Reasonable.
All right, so I'm going to assume that you
We
move
should
this
all retire.
party into the Tirthon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oswey, I'm sure, will be interested in speaking with an elf, and so will Eanfled.
Yes.
So let's put you up here in the council room.
I remember the thing
You'll
I was
have to
supposed
move
to say about
Glock for him.
Oh, actually, you guys have tokens on this level, don't you?
just put him in the kitchen. I think that's where he is right now.
So when you come in, Eanfled looks absolutely delighted. Oswey is scowling a bit and says, "An elf? We don't see your kind around here terribly often. What brings you to the Tirthon?"
Dark tidings.
Oh, well, it can't get any darker than what we've already had. Demons flying in, tearing up the roof. Dark sorcerers, orcs, trolls. We've had it all here.
Bring him in close because he is obviously the person in charge here. And whisper to him slightly, "Have you ever heard of the Witch King?"
Witch Kings now, is it? Well,
What did he just say?
you suppose that was the fellow that was here trying to pull down our walls?
It may have been, but I do not know too well. All we know are the whites, the ones that attacked your roof, belong to him.
Well, this one, and he points to Mhenuk, has been telling us that it cast some kind of magic on him. Look at his hand there, it's all withered. Eanfled says, "I did my best, but my healing skills were insufficient to repair the damage. If only I had proper herbs, I could do a better job."
Ah, yes. Reach into my bag and pull out one of the Athelis.
"You have king's foil. Wonderful, wonderful. Mhenuk, please, come closer."
All right. Hold my withered hand.
She crushes up the leaves and dissolves them in a bit of the wine and applies her skill and her magic to you, and you may have your 10 constitution points back.
Cool.
She says, "I very rarely get the opportunity to use Athelis. It's quite rare."
Yes, we have a bit back home that they sent me with. It's more useful in your hands than mine.
You say back home. Where do you hail from, Natalie?
Point in my ears.
Well, there are elves in a lot of places.
Rivendell.
Ah. So I was so impressed with what the elf offered to my brother that I feel impressed to offer something in return. And so I kind of turn to him and I say, "Not sure if this would be a befitting way to say welcome and thank you for what you did for my brother, but I hold out my hand and have the silver ring. And I say, I hope that this would bring you fairness and good wishes and welcome to our community."
And that is a +2 spell adder.
Oh, spell adder, so it's 2 out of 2. Okay.
Yep.
That's just 2 extra power points a day, right?
No, that is 2 extra spells of any level per day.
Wow.
Yes,
So just 2 extra 5th level spells and cost me nothing per day.
correct.
Wow.
Spell adders are cool.
They're very good.
Yeah. It's like, oh, 2 extra power points. That's nice. 2 extra just spells. Wow. I didn't pay attention when we got to the last time. But with spells, I don't have to worry about that. Now I do. Wow, that is crazy. Yep. So many things can be done now.
Oswey gives a big sigh and says, "Well, if you know something about these whites, you called them, I would dearly love to not have to face those things again. Do you know how they can be killed?"
I was not informed of this before I left.
It's a shame.
From what I could gather, they are not common.
I should hope not. If the enemy had an army of those, the Free Peoples wouldn't stand a chance. Well, listen, after interrogating these prisoners, both the assassins and the Dunlendings that we captured during the battle, I think that there's an encampment of some kind in the Yfelwood. Now, my own men are loath to go there, and to be perfectly honest, I don't really have the manpower to send anyway. But I was wondering if I could entice you dwarves into trying to ferret the wizard out. See if you can find him so we know where to strike.
Send the dwarves into the forest. I admit I
Rangers.
doesn't strike me as a wonderful idea, but...
Well, you're not my soldier, so I can't exactly order you to go, but I would count it a great favor.
Hey, and our options do grow fewer and fewer. Because for what purpose then were you sent here, elf? What's your name? Aradion.
Yes, I'm Aradion.
Aradion. How do you pronounce it? Because what was the actual orders that Aradion was sent with? I feel like I'm missing this, both in and out of character.
As do I, because I was still working on my character sheet when that came up.
Okay,
I should have put in
Gandalf
notes, so
asked you to go to the angle, learn about the blood white, find out where it came from and where it lairs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the blood white was one of the whites that was here in theory?
No, they're both blood whites.
Oh, okay.
But
Gotcha.
Gandalf only saw the one.
I see.
Yeah, I just need to learn about them and take it back to the wizard.
We're stuck in a war between wizards and neither of them are actually here.
Knowing
Lovely.
now that you were still distracted, were there any other questions that you had for Elrond and Gandalf? Glorfindel?
Not that I could think of right now. Well, I guess, I was just kind of making stuff up that it sounded like it was. Like, oh yeah, they're not very common. I'm just assuming they're not very common.
No, based on what Elrond had said earlier, they're very old. Gandalf had never seen one, and Elrond said that it was one of the elf-banes of old, a blood white, and it's a threat that must be answered.
Yeah, find out where they are, find out how we can kill them. If possible, kill them. If not, report back, and elven brethren will worry about that part. When you were attacked, did you see which direction they initially came from?
To be frank, they mostly came from the sky, I thought.
If you want to give me a perception roll, you might be able to remember which direction they flew in from.
Yeah.
112. I'll say that's good enough. They seem to be coming from the east, maybe a little northerly.
Yeah. Well, they were flying around the tower, but it seemed like they did come and leave to the east once they were done tearing apart our roof.
And the mage who attacked you came from the south, though. I'm guessing he was with the large group of people who were coming up from the ridge.
Yeah. I think they said the wizard was originally from the south, but we saw him leave into the forest with a troll. And from the forest, trolls have also come out, been known to emerge and pull people in.
But he went in that same direction as the whites.
I think so.
Sounds like come dawn, we have a direction.
What do you know about this forest? We've only been warned about it. You prepared to brave it?
At least one warg.
That is true.
You've been in this area before. You're one of Rivendell's scouts. So you know that the forest has a kind of a sinister presence to it. You don't like to go there. There are a larger than normal number of creatures of the shadow that live there. You can expect trolls, more wolves and wargs, possibly other things. Nameless dread.
Sounds like a great place to go.
Creepy, tingly sensation on the back of your neck, mud in your shoes. Those little insects that go right by your ear.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, so it also sounds like the exact same place the whites would want to be. And I don't think it would be easy to go around it. Can I see the big map again?
Sure. You want the map of Rhudaur?
Yeah. So there isn't an easy way around it. So unless we wanted to try going all the way down around this way and come up around. But for all we know.
One more thing, although I don't know how we would do it without Dunmen on our side, but I believe that with the death of one of their leaders, the Dunish part of the army is unstable. It sounds like we may be able to create a distraction if we can spark some worse infighting in their ranks. The prisoners mentioned at least 2 clans, which seem to be at odds. What do you think? Failing anything else, Mhutvak and I can stand on each other's shoulders in a very tall coat and give it a shot.
I'd be willing to do that.
So we're doing the old dwarves in a trench coat.
Yep.
Well, between Yfelwood and Aradion's own skills, you can put your hit points back up to full.
Yay. I like that. I was very badly. Yeah, I was not good.
Putting you in a fight one-on-one probably wasn't the best idea. But, oh well. You survived.
I did barely. I fought something the same level as I was, and I walked away. I limped away at first, but I walked away at the end.
So, do you have any other role-playing business this evening?
I got nothing.
I'm good to go where Mhenuk's going.
All right. Well, I don't want to start the trek into the forest with only 30 minutes left to go. So then let's plan on next time. We will start there. Any reasonable gear that you want to carry with you, assume that you can requisition without needing to spend your own money on it.
Oh, yeah. One important thing, I guess, that I don't know if we have intelligence about, although I don't know if it would be just, wouldn't be worth swapping out armor for me.
Yeah, I want to get some. I want to make sure I get 20 arrows. I think I used several of them, so
all right.
Get that back up to
top off the arrows.
Oh yeah, are we supposed to keep track of ammunition somewhere? I haven't had them in my inventory.
I haven't really been tracking it real carefully. I tracked Mhutvak's on the overland travel on the way up because I thought it might come into play. So I'll probably track it again when you're in the forest.
The away team, yeah.
Yeah, but I figured when you're in the Tirthon, you can get more arrows pretty easily, so I didn't bother keeping track of it there.
Are there still any more of those fancy leg greaves that don't give the movement penalty but still give the +5?
There are, but they're chain, which means that they would interfere with your spellcasting.
Yeah.
But if you want leather leg greaves, you can go ahead and add those.
So those would give the -5, though.
Yeah, but they give the -5.
Yeah, I will take them anyway. I get legs a lot.
Yeah, that seems to be a theme in this campaign.
Like, I think that -5, which now gives me a movement rate of 65, so Mhutvak will go first.
I think Middle-earth needs to invest in those combat wheelchairs. Lots and lots of leg injuries and hips.
It's either the legs or just straight onto the head somewhere.
Right.
And then nobody ever wears a helmet.
Well, it's because wargs just look silly on them. You've been listening to The Dark Mage of Rhudaur. This module and the Middle-earth role-playing system were published by Iron Crown Enterprises under license from Tolkien Enterprises. Music for this podcast was provided by Dark Fantasy Studio.